Let's talk about dreaming, Kerry. This is a popular topic. We all dream, maybe not consistently, or maybe we don't remember our dreams. But I think there's a lot of kind of confusion about what is a dream? Where do we go when we dream? So can you help clarify this for us?
Oh, yeah, because it's such an interesting world. And on
Yeah.
one hand, you could say the very Freudian thing, you're exploring your subconscious, but there's much more to it than that. When you dream at night, you are going to another dimension. And
Okay.
that's important. You know why we have been brought up to believe like this is me. I'm a third dimensional being and I live in
Mhm.
one world. I'm one being in one world, but you are a multidimensional being capable of accessing multiple dimensions. And one of those access points is your dream state. Dream
Okay.
state is where you go into the fourth dimension. And the
Mm.
fourth dimension is a crazy, wacky place where everything happens all at once. So, you know how in a dream, you can be in Siberia and it's freezing cold, and then suddenly you think of a desert island, and poof, bang, boom, there you
Yeah,
are.
you're there.
You're there. There's no
Hmm.
travel, there's no time, there's no distance. You don't get on a flight, you just poof, and you're there. Or you think
Yeah.
about your friend and poof, where did they come from? They're just there. And
Yeah.
dreams are a fourth dimensional world because they don't have coherence of time and space the way that the third dimensional world does. That's the
Hmm.
primary difference. 3D, everything is very time bound and time orientated. 4D is still you. It is still exactly you. It is not an enlightened version of you necessarily. The lower levels of 4D look exactly like 3D. It's just that you now don't have time and space operating in the same way anymore, which gives you more room to play, more room to expand. And part of that can be beautiful, and part of it can be damn scary. We call these nightmares. And if it's not a nightmare, it can be a crazy dream. So we get a lot of that right now. I get a lot of people saying to me, Kerry, what's going on in my dreamscape? Because I'm dreaming stuff I didn't dream before, which means number one, you're clearing out, emptying out the subconscious. That's why dreams
Mm.
are so active right now, because that is absolutely one of the things we do in dream time. But more importantly, you're having a fourth dimensional interaction. Now, you know this terminology, spiritual awakening, and you know what it's done in your life. And I have no doubt your listeners know the same thing.
Mhm.
Imagine if you could become awake in your dreams.
Like
If
lucid
you-
dreaming?
like lucid dreaming, exactly.
Yeah.
If you could do that, but I'm talking about become so conscious, because we think of lucid dreaming as merely directing the dream. I'm
Yes.
talking about a spiritual awakening within a dream. So I'm talking about a consciousness shift within a dream. Then you shift into 5D. Because what 4D is a bridge between the third dimension and the fifth dimension. So the
Right.
fourth dimension, which is our dreamscape, is a very, very important bridge to cross, and it's an access point to 5D. So we could stay in 4D and face the monsters, for example,
Mhm.
or the craziness that happens in 4D. But if you bring consciousness, so think about this. Think about the next time you go into a dreamscape, think about directing yourself to sit down and meditate in the 4D realm
Hmm.
and see if you can allow higher frequency to come through, because it can, because you're now on the bridge. To go from
Okay.
3D to 5D, it's a jump.
Yeah.
But 4D is a perfect bridge to launch yourself into 5D from. And now you can bring 5D into your dreams. Now you can really bring higher consciousness. So we have the potentiality of accessing even higher dimensions in our dreamscape, or potentiality to really access the deep, dark, heavy stuff that we haven't yet resolved, that we haven't yet come to terms with. And there can be entities and attachments that hang out in that dream state. We used to dream in the astral, and there's a difference between the astral and 4D.
Okay.
Astral is part of the false matrix and it's part of the mimicry system. The astral is basically a mimic of 4D. All of that has collapsed, which is why
Okay.
our world looks as crazy as it does. But we now are going into pure 4D, which has an open door that we're not used to accessing, that wasn't available in the astral realm, that is available now in 4D. So your dreamscape is actually a very important exploratory space. Go beyond lucid dreaming
Mhm.
into the potential for your enlightenment. And if you bring that into your dreamscape, you bring that into your waking scape as well. This is very, very, it's a powerful potential healing technique. You could really lift frequency by working with your dreams more consciously. And I feel like just helping people to understand, oh, okay, I'm in the bridge space when I
Right.
dream between 3 and 5D. I'm on the bridge when I dream. So what if I go beyond my dream? What if I consciously walk to the 5D door, open it, step inside? You could do it.
No, yeah. What would we see? Or I'm sure it would be different for everyone, but how do we know when we reached that
Good
5D
question.
level?
Because you feel like words aren't necessary. One of the
Mm,
telltale signs that you're in a lower level of 4D or even 3D is number one, you're very verbose, you're very wordy, you think in words.
mhm,
When you're in 5D, the thinking has died down completely. And what you have now is an experiencing, almost like you want to immerse yourself in presence and
mm.
immerse yourself in silence. You don't want to think anything, you don't want to plan anything. The moment there's chatter, Sunny, I have people say to me, oh, guess what, Kerry? I met Archangel Doodle McGafter, Watchamaberry in my dreamscape, and we had a conversation, and they told me this and that, and the next thing. No, that's not 5D. That is the illusion of the ego.
Mhm,
If there's a
mhm,
lot of chatter and a feeling of I'm so important and I've got the special message that's going to save the world, that is very entity driven stuff. 5D is immersion in presence, silence, stillness, the connection to that place. That is 5D. It is a level of blissful peace that asks you nothing, that wants you to do nothing other than be there. It's a
mm.
very different space for the average human to access.